Hey everyone, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's 2021 and we are working on a couple projects for our word of the year. We did this one in the last video. My word of the year was surrender and restore and a couple other ones. And we made these little God Girls mixed media page. But today I want to do something in my Bible. And I was looking in my Dayspring Bible here. There are in the back a couple of blank pages, which I think are cool because we can add things. I did my word of the year last year for 2020. Let me find it here. On this page right here. And this is where I did like a little pocket and I did my key verses of the year, my core values. So I did like these little tags and stuff for my words of the year. And I had a few last year. I never end up with one word of the year. And then I reflected on the year on the back and some other reflections at the end of the year. So I had those in a little pocket. This time I'm gonna do something a little different. So I'm gonna put it on this page in the back here for my words for 2021, but I really wanted to insert something into my Bible. So I saw somebody do this on YouTube, on a YouTube channel. I thought it was pretty cool, so I wanted to try it, and I figured this would be a good project to do for Word of the Year. Now, for those of you who don't have a Word of the Year, that's fine. You could do this on any of your Bible journaling pages. Let me grab my Bible. It's all messed up over here. Move it out of the way. Okay. You can do this for any of your Bible journaling pages. If you don't have a word of the year, don't fret. Not everybody gets a word of the year. Some people just have a feeling of like maybe what God wants to show them for the year. Maybe they want to be more organized. Maybe they want to, I don't know, eat healthier for the year. Sometimes it might just be a scripture or a song of the year, whatever. If God's giving you something, maybe, you can spend the day just meditating on what God is showing you for the year. But we are going to work on this little project. So I've done a few of these. These are just little watercolor squares. And I'm going to show you how to do these. This is watercolor paper. This is a thick paper. You don't have to have this kind of paper. I just had it. So I'm like, well, I might as well use it since I have it. I'm going through my drawers and trying to use what I have. So all you're gonna do is with some water, just make a square. This is a little dirty water, but it doesn't matter. Just make a square on your paper. Make a few squares, just color it in with water. You're just gonna have some fun with some watercolor. The squares don't have to be perfect. They're actually better if they're a little wonky. So here's my watercolors. And I am just gonna start grabbing some colors. Let's do, I don't know, I haven't done pink in a while. Let's do some pinks. And just grab your color. And with your watercolor, I'm gonna do some purple here, pinks and purples. Those are my favorite colors. And just start sloshing them around. And let's do maybe some blue-green down here. And then just start kind of mixing them up. Let's get some more purple. Now, if you mix them too much, they will start getting muddy. So you just kind of want to separate the colors a little bit. Let's do some of this blue-green. And let's do pink. Let's do some like dark pink with this blue-green. And once you put the water down, it'll stay within the confines of where you put the water. It's kind of cool. Your color will stay within that border. And you can just do whatever colors you want. You can make it real colorful. You can stick with a monochromatic or just stick with a couple colors if you want. I'm gonna make this bright and colorful because that's how I want my new year to be. Bright and colorful. Let's see. Put some blues up here maybe. Mix that a little bit. Oh, what else? Trying to see. Got this blue. We've got this color blue. Do a variety of blues on this one. And then we got this darker blue. Oh, let's do some blue green too. Some blue green in here. Ooh, that'll be pretty. There we go. So you can make a whole bunch of squares. I mean, you don't need that many. I just figured I'd fill up the page. These were dry. These were I was just kind of fooling around. And I'm going to pick my favorite ones. So if you have a few, you can just pick your favorite ones. So the first thing we're going to do is dry this. Let me grab my heating tool. We'll dry these real quick. If you don't use a lot of water on them, they should dry pretty quickly. You could use this time, put on some music, think about like maybe how you want this year to go. I know last year we all had a vision of how we wanted the year to go, and it didn't go as planned, but that's okay. It's kind of cool. I like looking back on the year and seeing what God has taught me throughout the year, and boy, he taught me a lot this past year. And I think it was a good preparation. He's getting us prepared, y'all, for lots of things coming. So I think, oh, they're a little damp still. Got to get them completely dry. So if you want to do this in one sitting and then go watch some TV or go do some chores or do whatever, you can let it sit. You don't have to dry it and then come back to it. Either way, but since we're on camera, I'm going to try to speed the process up. Okay. The next thing you want to do is grab like a Sharpie, a black Sharpie or some kind of permanent pen. Let me move this. Move that. And then you are just going to find your favorite ones. I don't know. I think I kind of like this one. And you're just going to do like squiggly lines around the square or rectangle or whatever. It's not really a square. They're more kind of like little wonky rectangles. Just make squiggly lines. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You want it to be kind of haphazard, because that's usually how our years go, right? They never go as planned. But God can teach us a lot through those years. Let's see, I like this one. And just make little squiggly lines. Let's see. Ooh, this one's real soft. I like that. Let's see. We need some green. It's a rainy day here today, and y'all, so sorry. I've been sniffling. I caught a cold. All this traveling in and out, and then I might as well just do them all at this point as I'm talking. So going from hot to cold and cold to hot, and I caught a little cold. Now I'm all sniffly and a little hoarse, so excuse my hoarseness. But hey, it doesn't matter. You won't catch it. We're on camera, so you can just watch. That's the beauty of this. Oh, I'm not going to use that one. Okay, so let's see which one of these that are my favorites. Let's see, I like this one. That's the beauty of being on camera. You don't have to worry about ever catching anything. Even if I am sick, we could still craft together. The beauty of remote access. Okay, let's see. Which other ones y'all think? Kind of like this one. Faded out. I'm purposely wiggling my pen and going around a few times. Let's see, what other ones do I like? Kind of like them all in their own way, but I like this one. They all have their own little personality. That's another thing I like about watercolors is you never know what you're gonna get. Like it's always a surprise with me with watercolors because I'm not very good with watercolors. I'm still learning, but I have fun with them. They're fun to play around with. Let's just do this one. I think that'll be enough. I don't know. I just want a variety of squares. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do an even 16, shall we? So let's see, which one? Which one? Let's see, we've got some purples, we've got some greens and yellows. I like this one. Like I said, if your favorite color is a certain color, you can do one all in those shades. Okay, so once you get that done, you're gonna take your scissors, and now y'all are just gonna watch me cut. So we're just gonna cut. So you can fast forward this if you want, or we will chat. I am literally just kind of fussy cutting around these, just a little bit following the little squiggle marks, just cutting around. They don't have to be perfect. There's one. This is a thicker paper, so it's a little tougher to cut. But this paper is really cool. You can really saturate this paper and nothing's gonna happen. Like it doesn't go through at all. So, are y'all ready for 2021? I don't know if I am. Who knows what 2021 is going to bring, but no matter what, we know God's in control and that we'll be good. We'll be good either way. We all survived last year. We can survive this year. As long as we've got our basic needs met, we're good. So yeah, I wanted to do like my word of the year in my Bible as well. So this I thought would be a perfect little activity, little craft to do in the Bible. And it'll be a good reminder so I can look back on it and remember where I was, because I look back on my word of the year from last year and you know what I did, and I can't believe it's already been a year already. It's just like, wow. You know, it seemed like the year lasted forever, but then again, it also seemed like it went really fast. So it's weird how time works like that. Sometimes it feels like it's taking forever, and then other times it feels like it just flew by. So, you know, we all thought, will this year ever end? And we all, you know, everyone was saying it's never gonna end. But then I, you know, look back and I can't believe it's already been a year already. Like I remember just starting in this Bible last year, and I can't believe it just flew by. I will use these for something else, or I could use the back of the paper for something else. Either way, it will get used. So yeah, so I'm just kind of spending the day crafting. Just got home and organized and getting back into the swing of things, and I missed my craft room and missed my time, my quiet time, crafting and doing some fun things. And I'm glad to be with y'all again. If you don't mind my sniffling. So I'm probably going to just stay in they're not my pajamas, but they're like my hangout clothes for the rest of the night. After this, maybe go read by the fireplace and have a quiet evening after crafting. It's kind of like my perfect day. No responsibilities. Crafting, reading, enjoying the quiet. Oh my gosh, y'all, I think these look so cool once they're cut out and they look like these little graphic pieces. They're so neat. So you can do any shape. If you don't want to do squares or rectangles, you can do circles, you can do, triangles, whatever. You could do like, I don't know, weird shapes. Just, inorganic shapes. I just did this because it was easy, and this is what I saw another lady do. I was like, oh, that looks so cool. So I'm just imitating. And I always say the sincerest form of flattery is imitation. When you see somebody do something, you're like, oh, that's so cool, and you want to do it. I think that's kind of like a really cool way of honoring that person, saying, hey, I love what you did, and I love it so much, I want to try it. Okay, and as you can see, I don't think any of these are really the same size. I mean, they might be approximately the same size, but they're all different sizes. Okay, so we got the first part done. Now let's bring the Bible over. Oh, it's getting so chunky, y'all. So chunky. Okay. Let me see here if I can pull the... Oh, my goodness, y'all. This thing is about ready to explode. I think by the end of this year, I might have to retire this Bible and get another one by the end of this year. I'm going to finish out this year in this Bible, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let me think how I want to have this. Just start, I don't know, just putting these pieces wherever you think. Already got one that color over there. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to keep it all straight here. Just make any kind of design that you want. I might have too many of these. Let's see. I want to put my word of the year right about here. So maybe that will go up there. Maybe I don't need that many. Maybe we can go like that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should just have to start gluing these down. So my word is gonna go right about here. And I want like a maybe I'll just keep it like that. We got an extra one here in case we need it. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna do, so after you figure out how you want your page, oops, you know what? I need a new glue stick. Let me grab one. I am running out of glue sticks, y'all. Okay. Let's move that one. Okay, now you gotta glue it all and figure out where it all was. So I am going to, it helps once you start gluing it all down because then it all stays for you. I go from the back forward. Oh my goodness. And the reason why I'm using glue sticks, it's easy to kind of lift up and you know, adjust things if you need to with the glue stick. There. Let that come out there. Make sure it's all sticking down. Oh yeah, y'all. I don't remember how I had these, but that's okay. It'll be somewhat along these lines. Ooh. It's kind of fun, just like it's like piecing together a puzzle. Like, how do you want this? Then we can always go back and glue more, glue it down more. And you can leave some white spaces. Let's see. Trying to figure out exactly how I want this last part to go. What do you think? We'll just do that. No, I forgot how I had it. I wonder if I want this one out a little bit more. Okay. Whew. It's kind of glued down. You can always go back and glue it down even more. Okay. Let's see. The next thing I would like to do is use a couple stamps. So I have my VersaFine. I've got this this stamp and this stamp, this little round stamp right here. So let me grab the back of this paper, I guess. We'll just use this. I need to move this. And this primer stamp, because I haven't used this stamp yet. It's just this little circle stamp. Okay, I need room here. Give me some space. Okay. Okay. I just like the round circles. I just think it's cool. So that should be pretty good. And you're just gonna go in, and wherever you feel like it, put some stamps. This will kind of help tie it all together a little bit. If I can get it close to there. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with this little flower stamp. Let's get it primed and going good. Okay. Oop, that didn't work too well. Let's see if I can. It still didn't work too well. Oh well. This stamp doesn't seem to be working too well. Probably because the paper's so thick. That's okay. At least I'm getting like little impressions. Where do we want the next one? Okay. That should be good. So we got some stamping. Let's do. Okay. Okay, and then the next thing I would like to do is some splatters. Y'all know, sometimes we gotta have some splatters. So I am going to grab my Neocolor crayons. Ooh. I almost knocked that over. That's not good. I'm going to grab the black. I love these. I just started using these, and they give you some great splatters. They're bright, so okay, I don't want it to. So this is a pretty stiff bristled brush. So I am just do a few over there. I don't know, for some reason, splatters, I don't know, just do something to the page. Tie it all together. Okay, that should be enough, because otherwise I'd be splattering all day. Let me wipe this off. Okay, I'm going to move that. Okay, so now what we need to do is dry that. Make sure all the splatters are dry, because we can't really move on to our next step until this is dry. So let's. And I did not prep my page, and I'm looking and nothing is going through because I really haven't been doing much on the page. It's all been on the watercolor paper. We've just been gluing. So the only thing I really did on the page was do some stamping, but it did not go through. So got a couple of dark splatters here that need to be dried. It's also good to dry your ink with your stamping because sometimes that'll smear as well. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure. Okay. And as I was doing that, you can see some of my papers are starting to come up because sometimes that'll happen when you use the heating tool. So you can kind of go back in and re-glue. I might go in with my craft glue and really glue these down. These are still wet. Let me dry those real quick. There's still a few wet spots. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with this craft glue. Just in these few little spots that are coming up. And I might put, well, I'll just close this book tonight. And then with it being closed all night, it'll flatten all this out and make sure it's all stuck. This piece just does not want to stay down. It's okay. Yeah, once this is laying, it'll be good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just with my Sharpie, I want to take my words. So I had a few of my words here. Restore was one of my words. I got a few words this year, like I said in my last video. My main word this year is surrender. So that word's gonna go down here. But I also got a few other words from the Lord that I think he wants me to focus on this year. Restore is one of them. So I am going to be writing my words on some of these squares. Another one is calm. So I'm going to turn this around. Serenity is another one. So if you don't have words of the year, you can write words that maybe mean something to you. You can write scriptures that mean something to you. Simplify was another one that I got. So all of them were like being calm, being peaceful, simplify, or simplicity. Pause was one. So all of it was like being still, being pause, mindful. Serenity, I love that word. Okay, got that. Got calm, got restore, got pause, simplify. Balance, that was one of my words. So let's see where we want to put that one. Balance. Mindful was another one. I'm gonna put that one. I can hear my son in his room. Mindful. Balance, calm, serenity, pause, simplify. Oh, peace. I definitely want peace. So let's see. Where should we put that one? Put it right here. Peace. So can you see a running theme through all these? Balance, serenity, calm, simplify, peace, mindfulness. Stillness was another one, but I think that calm, pause, simplify, peace, restore and surrender are my two ones. Oh, breathe. Another one was breathe. Let's see, where would we put that one? We'll put that one like right here. Breathe. I just love these words. Aren't they so calming? I mean, calming. Okay, so we've got restore, comfort, calm. Wait, we don't have comfort, but let's see. Calm, simplify, mindful, pause. Got serenity. Let's do stillness. Let's see if we can find a spot. We'll put it right here, stillness. Stillness. Okay, so have a lot of my words through here, just a lot of things that I want to remember to do this year. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is, I have this little stencil, it's this rose, and I'm thinking, where do we wanna, it's gonna go right over my word serenity, and breathe, and simplify all my words, but I guess that's okay. We want it kind of like right, yeah, it's gonna go over a lot of our words, but that's okay. We know they're there. It's part of the layering. Okay, so I am just going to take a makeup brush. Hopefully this will work, y'all. I have not tried this. So it's gonna be a makeup brush and white tempera paint, or white, let's see, what is this? This is white acrylic paint. And I am gonna hold this down the best I can, and we're gonna go in with the paint. Hopefully I don't really mess this up. Oh, yep, I just covered my word, but it's under there. I know it's there. I could always add it on again, I think. So you can find a stencil, and then this is just another layer that we are adding to this. And you might have to go in and add a couple layers of this if you want it pretty dark, or if you just want a little faded. I'm trying to hold this down really strong so it doesn't shift on me. And I just like this rose. I got this stencil from AliExpress. This was in a package of, I think, a couple stencils. I think, don't quote me on that, I'm not positive. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in and try to cover up. Go back in and make it a little bit darker. So you want to hold your stencil down really good so it doesn't shift on you and move. And the darker and the more layers you put on, the darker it'll get, and it'll cover more of your background. You can do it any color. I just am doing white. You could do black if you want. Black might have been really cool too. I might outline it in black. We'll see what it looks like if it needs outlining. Okay, y'all. Ready for the reveal? Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Oh, it kind of turned out. Oops, excuse me. Okay. Where am I gonna put this for now? Okay, I'm gonna set this right here. Let me wash my... Okay, I'm gonna outline that in black, but we have to dry that. So then I'm gonna outline it, kind of like how I did with squiggly lines with my squares. Okay, so let me dry that real quick. It's not too thick, so it should dry pretty quickly. I did cover up some of my words, but I know they're there. And I could go back in and write them on these other squares. That would have been cool if I did it in black. That would have really popped out too. So you can decide what color you'd like to do it. Okay, that should be good. Hopefully that'll be good. Okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of go through and go around it a couple times like this. A couple little squiggly lines. It's not completely dry. But yeah, you can just kind of go around it. Probably would have been cool in black, but then it might have just been a big black blob in the middle. I don't know. Who knows? You gotta just kind of play with it and see. You'll never know unless you try. Okay, where is this? What is this one here? Let's see, it goes around here. I mean, it got pretty clear. It's just hard with all these levels of pieces of paper. Let's see, it goes around here. This is where I'm getting a little. Sorry, y'all, I'm concentrating. I'm not talking, I'm concentrating. Almost there. Cool. So you got the image of the rose. That's cool. Okay, so let's see. Simplify, I think, got balances right there. A couple of them got wiped out, but that's okay. I know that they're there. Okay, and then finally, the last thing I want to do is do my word. Where's my stencil? Okay, so let me wipe some of this off so it doesn't get on. So I was going to write surrender down here in black. And so let me just grab, so I'll probably do this part off camera, but so you can see how I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna just use this stencil here. Since I have this stencil, and I am just gonna write my main word, which is surrender. And I know I had all the letters on here. So the big S, and then I'm just gonna do this in pencil. S-U-R-R. N. Is it going straight? Kind of. D, where's the D? D. E and R. It's my main word of the year. Surrender. I'm wondering if I should put word of the year or W. No, I think I know that's my word of the year. Okay, so then all I'm gonna do is just go over that with black ink. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Sharpie because the Sharpie will probably go right through the paper. I'll use one of my Zig writers, but I'll just kind of do that. And then there's my page, there's my word of the year. So I've got my words here, and I might rewrite, well, here's balance. I could see it and simplify. I mean, I can kind of see them, so I might just leave them. I know that they're there. But that is my page for word of the year, y'all. This is something that, and I'm gonna write the date down here, 2021. Oh my gosh, y'all. So here's the page. Let me bring it up close so y'all can see. Oh, this book is getting so big. So there it is, a colorful page. I got my rose stencil on there, my word of the year, and all my other little words that the Lord has given me that I really want to focus on this year. Breathe, peace, calm, pause, be mindful, have balance. And I think he's really going to restore things this year, and I need to surrender everything to him this year instead of trying to take it into my own hands. So that's my word. But if you don't have a word, you can do a song. Like I said, you can do verses of the Bible that maybe, you know, God wants you to focus on this year or whatever. But if you have a Bible, you might have some extra pages in the back of your Bible or in the front of your Bible or even in between the Testaments that you can maybe put this in. Or put it on, like I did my word of the year last year, put it on your table of contents or whatever. Use all your pages in your Bible, y'all. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Welcome to 2021. Keep crafting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.